Hey, to go intro, I'm going to be doing a Cinema 4D Octane tutorial on Chrome text and how to get something looking a little bit like this. Yeah, let's just get on with it. So you want to open up Illustrator, select text, and go ahead and type in anything you like. I have to stick to the brand here. I'm going to go like 70, and the font I'm using is Art Dystopia. You can find this on thefont.com or whatever. I don't know what the website's called, but yeah, I'll insert something up here. I'll just crop this scene down a little bit, and what you want to do is select your text and right click it and choose create outlines. So that's looking sick. We're gonna just save this and make sure that when you hit save, when the dialog box pops up, you want to select Illustrator 8. It's the legacy format, which is readable by Cinema 4D, and I don't know why we have to do that, but yeah. Welcome to Cinema 4D. We're gonna merge project, file, merge project, and bring in our text here that we just made, and tick both of these windows here. So that's our text is like really small over there. So we'll scale it up. Yeah, it's looking alright. Alright, so this is looking calm. So go over here and open up this drop down menu and shift select all of your paths. Then you want to press Shift C and search our Extrude. And before you click Extrude, hold the Alt button and click it once or two times. I don't know why it does that. So I'm just gonna close all of these little windows. It's probably a better way to do this. If you do notice anything I've done in a roundabout way, a comment would be really helpful. So just go ahead and leave criticism and all of that. Anyway, back to the tutorial. Once this is extruded, hit your text button, Control C, Control V, just copy and paste it. And so now we've got to minimize this one for later. I'm just going to call it back. And this one up here, front, I would advise you to name your layers. It just gets a bit messy, so it helps. So selecting all of these extrusions, now we can come in here and start meddling around with some of these settings. So under movement, object movement, this essentially just like extrudes in whatever axis you want, with whatever value you like. I'm not going to go too ham with this one, I'll show you why later. Probably go with that. Remember there's another layer at the back, so in case it's not looking exactly like you want it, but we'll get back to that in a second. Another thing we're going to do is we are going to go into caps and start beveling it. First I'm going to bring it a tiny bit in front of the other layer just so you can see the effects, and then to get these options up you need to shift select them every time, by the way. Ooh, I need some water. Apologies for that. So back into the settings. What was I saying? Oh yeah, right. So the size of the extrusion, and we're going to also hit extend shape and increase the height. Firstly, let me just bring everything up here because man can't see. That's perfect. We're going to get jiggy with some of these options, which you can basically customize your bevels here. So what was I thinking? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, bevels. It's currently on round, but you can go into curve and then make a cute little curve. I'm going to bring this down and do a little sign, creating a dynamic shape in your bevel. But remember that this is very dependent on the font that you're using. So if you have a smoother, less jagged font, these bevels will look completely like different. And you're also going to want to increase the segments to why the video stopped recording, but anyway. I'm gonna increase the segments up a bit just to make that look even smoother and sharper. We're gonna close up this front layer now and go into the back layer. Select these back. My thumb is hurting. I don't know what it is. It's not COVID, I promise. I don't got the Rona. I don't have the Rona. So, with your back extrusion selected, we're gonna go back into caps and hit the bevel outside button and extend the shape and increase the height a bit. Sorry, the size. Now she needs to go way back. She needs to go way back. So we're gonna bring her behind, and now we're starting to get this cool effect. I'm gonna bring the height down a tiny bit. So now it's looking really nice. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer. Yes, this is looking cool. We can definitely go back in later and add some more modifications, but for now I think we should start doing some material work. So let's head down here to create, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way, but this is kind of a long way to create materials. So I'm going to hit create, extensions, and Octane material. So I'm going to call the front one front, and open up your front and select all your extrusions again and drag this front material on there, and do the same for back and drag all your back materials onto there. So let's go ahead and hope that Octane does not eat me alive today, bruv, because every time I open it, it goes wrong. Hey, okay, it's looking good, 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 it's looking good. Okay, so this is looking quite fun already, but the fun has not even begun, trust me. So firstly, we're going to go to objects and create a HDRI environment, and now this is where it gets funky. Okay, so we're gonna press this little drop down, hit load image, and I'm gonna bring up this texture here, which I created in Photoshop really quickly, just creating some different shapes with glow, surface glows. Is really basic Photoshop stuff. If you don't know how to do that, it's a bit peak, but there's tutorials online. And if you want, you can just import an ordinary HDRI, but trust me, you want to do this. I'll show you why in a second. Let's call it intro world. And the next thing we're going to add is another object, and we're going to add a texture environment and hit this to black. Ooh, who is she? But anyway, you want to set that to black if you're trying to follow my tutorial, but honestly, choose whatever color you like. Then go back to your Octane sky and go into environment tag and hit that to visible environment. Perfect. Now let's start editing some of these materials that we've applied. So double hit front, and we're going to make this a metallic material. I'm not going to play with that, to be honest. I'm just going to leave that as is. Then we're going to hit the back material and set it to glossy, and then hit diffuse and then set that color to black as well, or any other color you like. Honestly, these settings are just a rough guide. You're an autonomous human being, you get me? This is where it gets interesting, okay? We're gonna start fiddling with the Octane settings, and I'm still really new to them, but it's a personal crusade, it's a personal journey. If you don't get what I'm doing, you just need to play around with things until it does what you want it to do. So quickly before I add that, I'm going to quickly go into objects again, add an Octane camera, hit this camera button and use camera, Octane camera. Hit this cog, keep that to the side, we're going to use that in a second. hit your Octane camera tag, and let's start mashing out these settings, yeah? So firstly, we're gonna go down to post-processing, enable it on your Octane settings on this side, and also enable it down here. This is where it gets fun. Okay, you see that? You seeing that? Are you seeing that? It's just so nice. And another thing, if you don't really like what kind of lights you're getting, you can go into your HDRI and change the rotation, which will really change what your render looks like. I'm gonna hit basic quickly, object, and change the lens to a portrait lens. This gets rid of some of the what's that word? Gets rid of the distortion around the edges of the picture. Oh, she's looking kind of cute. It's an infinite process of meddling around with settings. Trust me. It's looking cool. But I guess I'm still learning. I need to figure out why that is. I'm entirely sure. A lot. So yeah, so we're gonna increase the glare. What is my final image look? You know, we're not gonna go down just to. So I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. So I'm just gonna hit here and let this thing do its thing. Render's done. It's looking peng. To get what I mean. And that is really all that there is to this. Thank you for watching my tutorial. I really hope that it's helped someone, because if you're new to 3D like me and you want someone on your same level explaining things in an easy way, then that's really what I'm trying to do. If you want more videos from me, then just show this video some love, and I might consider making some more poorly made tutorials. Stay tuned and have a wonderful, safe day. Wear a mask, please. Intro girl out.